like, what is the ultimate fate of the universe? I've heard about a few scary possibilities.
Yeah, there are three main ones. The leading candidate is the Big Freeze. It is kind of depressing, actually.
Big freeze. That sounds cold. What happens?
So, because of dark energy, the universe is expanding faster and faster. Eventually, all galaxies move apart so fast we can't see them.
Wait, so everything just drifts apart, that is it?
Not quite. Stars burn out. Black holes evaporate over trillions of years. Eventually, everything reaches the same temperature, super close to absolute zero.
So it is like a cosmic heat death. That is just nothing happening ever again.
Exactly. Maximum entropy, minimal energy, just a few particles and photons floating in infinite darkness.
Okay, that is bleak. But you said there are other options.
Oh yeah, the Big Rip is even more dramatic. If dark energy gets stronger over time, it could tear everything apart.
Like, literally rip galaxies apart.
Yeah, first galaxies, then solar systems, then planets, even atoms. At the very end, space-time itself gets torn.
Whoa, so it is not just a slow fade, it is a violent end.
Right, but based on current data, the Big Freeze is more likely. The Big Rip is possible, but not the favorite.
And the third one, you mentioned 3.
That is the Big Crunch. Opposite of the Big Bang, if gravity wins, the expansion reverses and everything collapses back into a singularity.
Oh, like a cyclic universe. Bang crunch, bang again.
Maybe, but current evidence suggests it is unlikely. The universe seems to be speeding up, not slowing down.
Okay, so 2 scary ends and one that is probably not happening. But you also mentioned paradoxes with infinity.
Right, in the Big Freeze, after infinite time, weird quantum stuff could happen. Like a Boltzmann brain.
Boltzmann brain. That sounds like a sci-fi term.
It is. The idea is that in a high-entropy universe, random quantum fluctuations could create a brain with fake memories.
So, like, a brain that appears out of nothing and thinks it is living in our universe.
Exactly. That brain would have false memories of a Big Bang, stars, everything. It is a philosophical nightmare.
That is crazy. So how do we know we're not that brain?
We don't really. It is a skeptical hypothesis, but most physicists think it is extremely unlikely compared to the ordinary evolution of the universe.
Still, it is mind-bending. And you mentioned another paradox.
Yeah, Poincaré Recurrence. In a finite universe, if you wait long enough, particles will eventually return to almost the same arrangement.
So everything repeats. Like, I'll have this conversation again.
In theory, yes. After an unimaginably long time, you'd be reborn and live the same life over and over.
That is kind of comforting and terrifying at the same time. But seriously, can we really know what'll happen?
Not really. Our models are based on current observations, which might be incomplete. Dark energy could change, or new physics could emerge.
So it is like we're making educated guesses about something trillions of years away.
Exactly. And infinity itself is a red flag in physics. It often means our theory breaks down.
So maybe the universe doesn't actually end in any of these ways.
Could be. There might be a cyclic model, or a multiverse, or something we haven't imagined. The point is humility.
I guess that is the big takeaway. But all this talk about endings, doesn't it make you wonder about meaning?
Totally. If everything ends in heat death, what is the point? But that is the wrong question, I think.
What do you mean?
Meaning isn't something that needs to last forever. It is about the moments we have now. Like Camus said, the struggle itself is enough.
So we just enjoy the ride, even if the destination is nothing.
Exactly. The universe's fate doesn't dictate our purpose. We create that ourselves right here, right now.
That is actually pretty uplifting, considering we started with heat death and Boltzmann brains.
Yeah, it is a weird mix of cosmic nihilism and personal agency. But I find it freeing.
So, to wrap up, the universe might freeze, rip, or crunch, but we shouldn't lose sleep over it.
Pretty much. The science is fascinating, but it doesn't change the fact that life is what we make of it.
All right, I am going to go enjoy some ice cream before the heat death. Thanks for the chat.
Anytime. Just remember, it might not be your last ice cream Poincaré Recurrence. You know.